Chapter 925. Fill that blank space between your ears with this podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Pod D Cast. I'm the best guy ever, and this is Hypocrite.
It's me.
Yes, good. Let's get right the fuck into it. We got chapter 925, The Blank, and cover page. Boom. Perona and a group of black cats making sangria with all of Mihawk's wine. Well, that's a bummer. No wonder he doesn't like her.
Yeah.
Except sexually. I like this a lot. I like this cover page. Perona's looking great.
Yeah, it's interesting. Usually the cover page doesn't have anything to do with the chapter, but then when we're in the chapter, immediately we got Perona there.
Ironically, on the very next page, Perona is there. I think it's a complete coincidence, but Oda chose to do this, so I guess he did it. I don't know. Like, is this canon? I guess is my question. Is this what happened right before Perona read the news? Like, is this what she did in the morning and then afternoon she... No?
It wouldn't be like what happened just before. It may have happened, but like...
Yeah, okay, I guess
just a thing. It maybe it's just like
it is
notable
weird
that it has never happened in that way before.
That's true.
Because Perona has not been in the comic for a very long time.
Yeah, we haven't seen her in like years, and now completely randomly, she's on the cover page, and then also not even like in the chapter, but the next page, she's like the main person. Well, anyway, she looks great. Love her outfit. Love her #winegirl leggings or whatever. Looking excellent. Love her ghosts. Very silly. If only she had a lord to lord ghosts. You know how it is.
I don't. I know nothing about that.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, never mind. Let's move on to the next page, shall we? Chapter 925, The Blank.
Yes.
So here we are, Perona, Muggy Kingdom. There it is.
So yes, last chapter we ended Act 1 of Wano.
Yes.
And so immediately we're getting the intermission, the little break, the stuff that's been happening in the meantime.
I like this little break with the act structure seemingly that's being implied with Wano. Getting these little breaks, see what else is going on. Very nice. Very nice.
It's interesting too because like usually you'd only get something like this at the end of whatever arc is happening, but because Wano maybe is going to be a really long arc, he decided to, and lots of things are going to be happening at the same time.
This is very interesting. That he chose to split it up this way, because like he immediately set up beforehand. Reverie is going on at the same time, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But it's notable that like all of Skypiea, for example, I think basically all of Dressrosa, I think like it's just the events of that arc. There was no, and that's why people get frustrated with an arc like Skypiea to some degree. This is actually quite notable. It has been a consistent theme with all One Piece arcs that we stay with that arc and what's happening there, and we only at the end of that arc flash away to see what's going on in the rest of the world. I think we're getting to a point in One Piece where Oda has like, he didn't need to structure Wano in this way with arcs and stuff. Sure, thematically it makes sense with like a kabuki play and all that stuff, but I think he really thought about that this would be like, we're getting to the point where world events are almost directly related to what's going on with Luffy and the gang.
Oh yeah.
So so it makes all the sense in the world to put in these little breaks so that we can check in with everybody around the world and stuff.
Yeah, it's not just a little like, ooh, people from the previous islands are like, oh, look at Luffy's new bounty. Oh, isn't that interesting? It's like Luffy is a part of the news. He is like among these people. He is declared a Yonko, and like all of this is very important because they're fighting other Yonko, and like this is the war for the Pirate King. This is where we are now.
And you know what it feels, this is why One Piece is better than everything else. It's because it feels earned. Like, we've put in 20 years of our lives basically like focusing on the individual arcs that have built up, like the Straw Hat Crew, Luffy, and and all that individual stuff, so that now that we are actually on the real world stage this deep in the game, it really feels like this is just a natural evolution. It's not like, I don't know, like something like Fairy Tail, like early on. I remember like cutting away to see like that guy Jalal with the blue hair, who was like one of the top level, like he was basically like on the Gorosei of like the continent that they lived on or something. But it like, we jumped to him so quickly that like it really fucked up the like power scaling of the Fairy Tail world, such that we're already directly related to like the top guys. When it took One Piece, like, I mean, not until they were about to go to Skypiea did we even learn about the Gorosei, I think. I don't know. Just, I mean, it's just interesting to point out the differences.
The thing with Fairy Tail is that they kept having, I mean, with a lot of shonen manga that does like this sort of power scaling thing kind of badly, is that they have the big bad, and then they introduce it right away, and then it's defeated, and then there's the second big bad, the bigger bad, and it's
the bigger
like,
secret bad,
and it's like it only gets introduced when the last one has run out. Bleach, especially, it was like that. It's just like, there's a new set of characters. Like these are all characters in this chapter that we go to that we've known for so many years already, and it's just interesting to see them like interacting in a different way.
As opposed to like someone like Fairy Tail Man pulling out new characters and expecting us to give a shit about them immediately, he brings back all these characters in this chapter that we've like had arcs with. We understand them and their motivations, and so when we see them on screen, especially interacting with other characters we haven't seen them interact with before, it's just such a great feeling. It's such a reward for like being a reader.
Yes.
So, all right, well, anyway, let's get fucking to it.
Yes, so the facts of what are happening is Gekko Moria's back. He's alive.
The facts of what are happening is that Perona is looking super kawaii right now.
Oh, yes.
Just extra moe, and I love it. Oh, she's a cutie.
By the way, notice her name there. Thriller Bark Pirates, Ghost Princess Perona.
I don't think it had ever been called the Thriller Bark Pirates before that I was aware of.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
So,
but okay, I mean, it's fine.
She doesn't consider herself anything other than a Thriller Bark pirate still, which
so
is
she's
nice.
Not like Team Mihawk, like specifically.
She is just definitely just living there.
Yeah, even though she's been for years now. She's been living with Mihawk, but...
around 2 years.
That's cool.
2-3 years.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, good. Very good. She looks cuter without her hat. I like her with her hair visible.
Yeah, so Mihawk's read the paper as well, and he's like, whatever. Yep. And
but this is actually huge news, people. That Moria's alive. I almost skipped over that. This is big. Like we all knew that he is. The last time we saw Gekko Moria, if you remember, fair viewers, and this is very interesting. We can go into all this stuff, but the last time we saw him was after the War of the Best. Don Quixote do Flamingo shows up with a bunch of pacifistas and is said that he's been told to execute Moria for being too weak and an embarrassment to the Shichibukai during the war, that he is now going to kill him. And we later find out that Moria somehow escapes. He somehow escaped, and this is the first time since then that he has popped up in any way. And he's doing a raid on a town or something.
All right. Maybe I'm missing, like making this up in my head or like misremembering. But I thought that there was like an implication or like proof that somebody had his, like Hogback had got his body or something.
I don't remember that specifically.
Maybe that was at the end of Thriller Bark, like after Luffy beat him. I can't remember, but like I felt that he was alive. Well, I mean, he had escaped.
Well, he was alive at that point. After Thriller Bark, he shows up at the war after that.
No, I mean after the war.
Oh, well, I mean, based on this chapter, that pretty clearly he wasn't dead or anything.
Well, yeah.
I mean, maybe Hogback doesn't show up in this chapter. I would have liked it if he had, but whatever. This is we get to see the Moria pirates. Oh, it's cool.
It's cool. It's cool for a number of reasons. One of them being that we know. I remember this. That Moria hates Kaido.
He sure does.
And Kaido fucked him up. And
he's the one who destroyed his previous crew and made Moria think that I'll make a zombie crew who can't be killed. That'll solve this.
So like Kaido is being, attacked by Luffy and the worst generation. Blackbeard is part of that generation. Later we see Moria meeting Blackbeard. So it's like, is Moria going to team up with Luffy at some point in some roundabout way? Is that going to be a funny thing that happens?
Could be. They don't have anything major against each other. I mean, like Luffy's made peace with people who did much worse than what Moria did to him.
It's just like all of these things coming together is giving me flashbacks to the coolest moment in Pirates of the Caribbean 3, where they have all of the big players, like Captain Jack and Elizabeth Swann and Will Turner and Boots and Barbossa and Davy Jones or whatever. Got them all there, standing in the thing, and they're like doing... It's not a Mexican standoff. It's like they're just sort of standing on a beach, and they're like deciding sides and choosing sides and being like... They're just cool pirates who have things, and I can't think of the words. I'm excited.
That was when they all teamed up, though, right?
That was like when they were making teams in order to like fight one another for various reasons, and it was very complicated. That's right. But I really liked it. I really liked that one scene.
I don't remember it, but I'll take your word for it. I remember a lot of good stuff like that. All right. So anyway, so Mihawk here, whatever. He's arguing with Perona. It's Kawaii. You know, who really cares? Whatever. They're roommates. They probably fuck. Perona's like, nah, I'm gonna leave now. You're a jerk. And then she leaves and blah, 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 whatever. I'm describing the words. Oh my god, he was actually nice. Whatever. She's a tsundere. It's fine. Whatever. Anyway, she's leaving, and he's like, it's probably for the best because something happened at Reverie. Ooh, what could it be?
Yes. We don't actually find out what it is, but...
Well, they say something that happens at Reverie. I assume it's that.
I mean, we can speculate later when we get to it.
Right. But here we are. Pirates Island Beehive.
Yes.
And there he is, Gekko
Island.
Moria. Oh, he's good. He's thick.
He's a big boy.
He's very large. So he's here, and he's demanding on this island to see Blackbeard, which apparently he's on this island. It's Party City here. It's like the Six Flags of the pirate world. And we see former Warlord of the Sea, Gekko Moria. He's got his old bounty back, 320 million. Cool, cool. And so he's just rampaging with zombies, demanding to see Blackbeard. And we see a bunch of Blackbeard guys. Here's Alvaro Pizarro, that guy. He's the captain of the 4th squad. There's some confusion, but apparently he's the captain of the 4th ship. Everyone has their own division in the Blackbeard Pirates. Whatever. Just talking about... he's saying that... So Absalom here showed up a little while ago, and... shenanigans happened or something. He was here a few days ago, and Moria is clearly here looking for Absalom, his old crewmate, the perverted, rapey, chimera man who with the invisibility fruit, the Suke no Mi, I think.
When I looked at this page the first time, I thought that was Pedro, and I was like, oh, there he is. Of course he's alive, but no, it's Absalom.
Fucking Absalom. Oh, but okay, this is real cute. Then all of a sudden, we see Moria, who's been rampaging through this town. There's Absalom. He's over here. And Moria looks genuinely thrilled to see him alive, and he looks all happy. And let me just say that the other interesting thing that's been going on with the Moria pirates is that, I guess the Thriller Park pirates now, or always were, I guess, is that so we knew what Absalom had been up to in the interim. We know for a fact that he had been using his invisibility powers to be a journalist and be a photographer for people, and that his I guess it's not 100% confirmed, but there was a photographer working for the Marines, I think, or at least the paper, who they called him like Abusa, which is clearly short for Absalom. So like all the hints are there that Absalom was an invisible photographer who could get really great photos because he's invisible, and that's really helpful for stealth shit. And it's real cool. I guess that's it. And so here he is. He's like, "Hey, Moria, what's up, buddy?" And fucking Moria is like, hey, sorry about ruining your town, guys. I see that you were not, in fact, killing Absalom. You didn't fuck him up, which is actually really sweet. It shows that Moria was here to fuck this place up, to save one of his crew members.
It's been a long time since Thriller Bark, but I can't remember him
acting
like he cared for his crew, but he clearly does.
Yeah. He clearly does. Clearly does. Maybe his experience with Luffy knocked some warmth back into his heart. And he actually kind of does care.
I mean, it could be that it knocked some sense into him. It could also be that there was just never a moment in Thriller Bark where they showed that he cared about them.
He's not like a main villain anymore, so now Oda could probably just throw some more of that human sentiment into him without fucking up that. But either way, it's really nice. It's really nice to see. I think. I guess just diverge for a second here. I think there's probably a bit of a trope, a bit of a thing that happens where in shonen, Well, this happens in One Piece a lot. Like, Oda shows the worst of characters when they're, like, first introduced, they're being hinted at being villains, and then either that gets subverted later and it was a epic misunderstanding and they're actually, like, a good guy, which I think is what's going to happen with that, like, samurai guy, that thief samurai. He's done some bad stuff, but he's clearly not really a super evil guy, I guess. I think that's what's going to happen. But then, like, I don't know, Moria was a villain. He did a bunch of fucked up shit. Like, think about all the lives he's ruined by stealing those shadows and forcing people to never go into the sun. Look at Brook, trapped for, well, I guess he was only fucked over for, like, 8 years or something while he was there, but still a long time. Still a long time. A couple of years anyway. Yeah, I thought that might be the wrong number, but, yeah. He's not a good man, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is kind of a running theme where it's like, it's not about how good you are that determines how successful you are. It's like there are good men who do terrible things, like honor-bound men, and like Blackbeard is like a great example of a person who like is an evil motherfucker, but he has like a real like a sense of true piracy and
well, true, but it's an amoral sense of piracy.
It's what am I getting at? The when he had the dream speech with the cherry pie or whatever.
Yes, he does have some values like that.
Like I'm trying to think of like the word to describe that sort of character trait. Like he actually cares about stuff.
Sincerity. He has real sincerity when it comes to that stuff. I guess.
And so like the most powerful people on both sides of the coin of morality are the ones who are like sincerely, they try hard and they do what they can the best for their dream, whether it's good or bad. And the people who don't really try very hard either way are the ones who are just cannon fodder and they get killed in the middle.
Very true, which is kind of what like Conqueror's Haki is. It's like charisma and belief in yourself and all that bullshit, whether or not you're a good or a bad person. Luffy himself, as I said many times, not really a good man. Was responsible for countless deaths and murders and crimes when he freed everybody from Impel Down just for the sake of saving his brother. Maybe you could say the ends justify the means, but, well, yeah. Okay, well, anyway.
At least he freed Jinbei, the best boy, the most important
yes,
boy.
Main character. Thank God for that. Okay, but anyway, so moving on. We've got more points to make here.
Yes,
so all of a sudden,
Shiryu has...
Slice.
He got sliced by Shiryu, who has now got Absalom's invisibility devil fruit.
Which is extremely ominous for Absalom. We have not seen anyone survive the process of losing their devil fruit. Yeah, it's never happened. The 2 times in the series, no, I guess 3 times that this has happened was when that big axolotl slime thing exploded and became a new fruit, Whitebeard, and then Ace. And Whitebeard, got his fruit stolen by Blackbeard, and Sabo got Ace's fruit a while later. So I think it's just implying that Absalom's dead, unless something crazy happened. I think that's the most likely thing.
It is pretty likely, because Absalom is not a major character, and he's a villain, so like...
Kind of sucks, but...
It is kind of bad.
You know what I'll say, though? Yeah, go on.
No, I was just wondering, like, whether that's, like, they have devil fruit things, or, like, Blackbeard personally switched the fruit from one person to the other, killing Absalom in the process. Because, like, before, we knew that Blackbeard could get a fruit from someone else and put it into himself.
Yep.
But now that the idea that he can, transfer a devil fruit from one to another...
Well,
is like,
I mean, it's definitely possible that they straight up just murdered Absalom and then just had the fruit that, like, it would become when you murder the owner.
I think Blackbeard's fruit-stealing ability is definitely got something to do with the fact
Well, hang on. We don't actually know that Blackbeard has a fruit-stealing ability, because it's possible that Blackbeard also just had the fruit and then killed Whitebeard, and then, like, a fruit became, and he just wanted to keep that a secret, because not a lot of people know about that. I'm just saying, it's possible that everything we've seen is explained by this, a fruit becomes the new fruit when the person dies. I'm not saying that's 100% confirmed, but that's the one way that we confirmed that devil fruits get passed on.
The only reason I don't know why that would be the case is the fact that Blackbeard can canonically use more than one devil fruit, and that would usually kill someone. So, like, I feel like it's more a part of his darkness ability than it is some other explanation.
There's a reason, we've talked about this before, but there's a reason Blackbeard was saying that his devil fruit is the best, and like out of every devil fruit he could have obtained, he made sure it was the Yami Yami no Mi. I'm basically 100% sure it's because the Yami Yami no Mi allows you to use multiple devil fruits, because it's like absorption, you know, it sucks in all powers and stuff. I'm sure it's got to be something like that. Again, it's not confirmed, but like, what the fuck else would it be? It just makes the most sense. Occam's razor and all that. So anyway, we don't know exactly how, but in some way or another, Shiryu here got Absalom's fruit. Now, this is interesting because Shiryu. Okay, first of all, Shiryu looks awesome. He looks dope as hell. I love his SS officer outfit. He's fucking sick. And it's interesting that whatever. He's the number 2 captain guy on the Blackbeard pirates. He seems to be the straight up number 2, probably as a parallel to Zoro, you know, like meta narratively.
Yeah.
But it makes me think that, well, I was just going to say that, like, so basically his powers, if he's going to, Shiryu is built up to be a fight against Zoro one day. That's like his purpose. I'm 99% sure. And like, he's just a guy with a sword. What else can he fucking do? He's going to be a guy who fights Zoro one day. And so now it's confirmed that his devil fruit is the invisibility one. All I'm saying is that doesn't do much to add to like a sword fighting skill particularly, but that's okay because Zoro is a guy who we just want to see straight up sword v sword fights with. And like if we like plugged up Shiryu here with like, oh my god, he's got like epic fire devil fruits or like lightning and he can like teleport and other shit, that wouldn't be like a straight up sword duel with the eventual Zoro confrontation.
I thought, all right,
yeah.
I thought what you were going for with that is like his devil fruit doesn't do much to make the fight with Zoro more difficult because Zoro already has one eye and he would probably listen for him.
Oh, that makes sense too, I suppose. Zoro's
like,
got the Sharingan though.
Like if there's like one thing that would make, oh no, Zoro's, you know, the most you know, dangerous addition to this fight with Shiryu is that he's invisible. Like, I don't feel like that would hinder Zoro that much. So it seems like a strange thing to give to him, but maybe it would. I mean, I don't know how it's going to happen.
Honestly, I'm like, okay, the invisibility fruit in general seems useful. Like, yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, if you're Shiryu, right, and you could pick basically any devil fruit in the world that you want. Like, is this one actually that good? Because, like, what does doing invisibility really do for you if you're already super strong? Because, like, the point of invisibility is, I guess you could be, like, an assassin. You can, like, sneak into places easier. But, like, he's a fucking Yonko crew member. Yeah.
Maybe he is also a pervert, and that's just he's the same as Absalom. He just goes into women's bathrooms, and he's, like, with a cigar.
But then they smell him, and they're like, ew, smelly cigar. Gross.
And he's like, shit, and then he cuts the building in half and runs away.
Yeah. Oh, that's something he'd do. All right, well, anyway, so blah, 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 fucking Moria's like, what? You turn invisible? And then Absalom here, who oh my god, we thought it was Absalom, does a cool flippy-dippy move, and no, it's Katarina Devon, captain of the 6th ship of the Blackbeard Pirates, user of the dog fruit model 9-tailed fox. Well, shit, it's a mythical Zoan. That's the second one we've seen.
Is 9-tailed fox like a shapeshifter? Is that like the reason she can do the Absalom thing?
That's the reason. They're shapeshifters. Isn't it? Why are foxes dogs though? I mean, why is it like under the dog heading of a fox?
Maybe canine. I don't know. There's some sort of similar family.
In Japan, I'm guessing, yeah. I mean, they're pretty close, I guess. But okay, now we know dog. Whatever, 9-tailed fox under dog. Fine. That's cool. So she's got a 9-tailed fox. It's kind of wasted on her. 9-tailed fox is pretty cool, and she's... You know what? It's fine. I don't care.
we don't know enough about these people too much yet. I mean, this is the first, like, speaking they've done, especially Katarina. Like, I didn't even realize that she was thin. I thought she was a fat lady.
Yeah, I thought she was too.
Maybe she changed. Maybe she's
wearing a corset, which might just be forcing herself to look skinnier.
That could be it.
Well, whatever. It's fine. She's got a bunch of girls cheering for her, a bunch of dykes, you know. But that's fine. That's cool. Whatever, they're all real mad.
She says they've got the Absalom's corpse right there, so like I guess that's
she's just saying that he's dead. But the thing is, I don't know if I really trust these people that much. That's the thing. He's probably dead though. He's probably dead. Oh, you know what? I did want to say this though. So I'm starting to think that Pedro actually died. Okay, for starters, I'm starting to think that. And like recently, more characters seem to be post time skip, like with fucking what's her name, the Snow Lady, Monet and Virgo. Like I think those characters actually died. And I think that Pedro actually died, and I think there were other characters. I can't remember offhand. Oh, like Absalom here. So I'm just saying, I'm starting to, the whole One Piece, every character's invincible thing, I feel like it's going away. I feel like it's not really staying around. Like, I don't think we'd ever get another Pell thing.
Smash cut to, like, flashback where Jinbei and the Sun Pirates were saved by Pedro with another bomb.
I'm having to revise my stance that I think characters really do die.
The thing about it is that it's Ace and Whitebeard were very clearly, that's the end, because it's not just a death, it's the end of like it was the end of paradise. It was the end of paradise, literally. It was a changing of the world order. It was like a very important set of calamities. Yeah, Pedro dying is sad, but like it's like it could be very convenient narratively for him to jump in and save somebody when you're not expecting him. That's usually what happens when it's like not in One Piece, but like in narratives where you're like, oh no, nobody could come and save them except this person who you thought couldn't save them because they're dead. Yeah. So like it's Oda's. I don't think One Piece has guaranteed everyone's going to live, but I'm also I'm not convinced that the deaths are like super permanent. Like it just feels, it doesn't feel like every death that's implied is as heavy hitting as Ace. I mean, that's true. I think Oda's just more willing to kill off minor characters, which frankly I'm all for. Like some characters did die in the pre time skip. For Mr. 11 famously was murdered by the Billions as a member of Crocodile's crew. That character definitely died, and he was a bit character. But Oda, he just didn't kill a lot of characters. But you know what? It feels like characters would have died earlier in the series when like bullets and knives actually felt like they did things. Yeah, you'd think so. Now like people are so strong. The idea that somebody dies is like, but they didn't. It is, it's weird. Even if they never come back, I will never really feel like the certain characters have actually passed on and they have a grave somewhere. Yeah. Unless they make a big deal of it. I agree. But I am starting to think that, I don't know, it just seems like Oda's more willing. And it's basically, it's his fault, because like it's his job to manage our expectations of his series. So like, I blame him for like not killing any characters for so long. I mean, some very minor, Mr. 11's a nobody. He showed up in like 3 panels or something. And now like, Monet died, Virgo died, fucking whoever other people died, but people I listed before. I'm just saying, like, it looks like he's more willing now. But, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll be wrong about all the... Pedro, that's the one. Okay, let's move on. Here we go. So now, Gekko Moria hears the voice of Blackbeard calling out from here. He's up in the big stone nose of this island they're on, Beehive or whatever. And he's like, hey, Gekko Moria, stop fucking around out there. Shut the hell up, dude. I'm trying to, fuck a bitch. And he's like, Moria's like, Blackbeard, get out here, you fat fuck. I'm gonna fight you. Blackbeard's like, nah, I'm chilling, dog. I'm chilling. But, Moria, you should come fight under me, because crazy shit's going on, and I think you would enjoy it, my dude, if you like to party down. And then, next page, we get a glorious spread. Now, there's a lot of interesting things happening here. A glorious spread of Blackbeard with 2 bitches and 1 old-ass dude, looking like Smee over on the right, with a big old bushy beard. Is this implying that Blackbeard is bisexual? Do you think that he's into these 2 chicks? He's 2/3 straight and 1/3 gay, is what I'm going for based on this. He's very specifically bisexual. And by the way, I love the fact that he has now grown out his big fat beard. He's got a big black beard, just like, and it's got little ties little ties
just like Blackbeard
on
had.
them.
Yep.
Just like the real
He's looking.
guy.
You know what's cool about Blackbeard? He's a character who's even grown into his moniker. Because, like, he was called Blackbeard from the start. He literally did not have a black beard or even a mustache. He had, like, a little bit of scruff on his upper lip.
No,
and a little bit of stubble.
He had scruff all over his face, but it was technically a beard. It just wasn't very big.
I guess
that's true. Now he feels like Blackbeard.
He feels big and intimidating, and look how thick he is. God damn, my dude. And he's got bitches with him. See, this looks like a dude I want to party with, aka like the real Blackbeard in real life, who was kind of a hero in some ways. Yes. Fucking dope. But anyway, so, he's got news to report, people. He's got news.
Yeah, he said the stuff that happened at Reverie. He doesn't go into details because we're not allowed to know that yet. But in order to rescue Kuma, the commanders of the Revolutionary Army finally clashed with the Marine Admirals Ryoku Gyugyu and Fujitora.
Green Bull, Purple
Green Boy
Wisteria.
and Purple Boy.
Yes. So, of note, we don't get to see that fight, it looks like. Maybe we'll see more of it later. I kind of don't think that we will. But that's okay. That's okay. I guess.
Yeah,
it's a little disappointing.
It's a little...
I'm not surprised, though.
This is a point in the story where there's so many cool battles that could be happening. Yeah. You can't show every single one of them because you will just run out of trees in the world to write all the drawings down.
If this were Naruto, I think we would see that fight, to its credit. But I also appreciate that Oda wants to focus on the most important things. And, like, we care about Luffy and the gang more than, like, Sabo and his miscellaneous crew versus, Fujitora and Ryokugyu. Fucking name.
Now the thing that I'm interested in is that he doesn't mention who won. So
That's
like
right. That's
I
right.
don't know. Like it would be a victory for the revolutionaries if they beat them back and then rescued Kuma and then that was that.
Yep.
They wouldn't have to destroy the entire world government and they probably couldn't. But if they lost, then oh no, the revolutionaries are losing.
Yep.
But I just don't know like what implications either victory or defeat means for those guys.
I mean,
at this very moment, what does it mean that Reverie was interrupted?
I mean, so it's a big deal that just like the Revolutionary Army even showed up in Marie Joie to like do anything, and in this case, trying to steal back like a slave. I think it's more of just a sign of like that these forces are beginning to come to a head.
I guess that's what he's saying.
Yeah, I guess that's he does. Yeah, he basically says that the next page, and then he also says, and the other topic is that there's news of Straw Hat be in the fucking Wano, and I think he doesn't say, but I assume that it's been reported that he's been captured. At the very least, there's news that he's in Wano and they're fucking shit up and they're all fighting and stuff. And that people are in Wano, things are getting crazy, and a bloodbath's about to start in the fight for the throne. So,
by the way, I love the panel on the bottom left.
Yeah,
of
his face.
He's looking right at us, the reader, and he's saying, "What do you think will happen?"
Lol. It turns to camera, addresses audience. Basically.
Yeah. So like, Big Mom is in hot pursuit of Luffy, who is with Kaido.
Oh yes. Yep.
And it's like Blackbeard's getting Gekko Moria, who hates Kaido, and then he's like, join my crew, lots of funny stuff's gonna happen soon.
He might join the crew.
The world government is clashing with the revolutionaries at Marijois. It's all coming together. It's all a big fucking party, and let's get some rum and grog in ya.
Indeed. And party down.
And jump around. By the way, bounty.
Yes, I was gonna say that.
2,247,600,000.
Very specific, a very specific number there, which is fine, just interesting. Okay,
big boy.
Now about this bounty. Okay, so first of all, thank God. Remember, Luffy's last bounty was 1.5 billion. Okay, that's what Luffy's at. Blackbeard here is about another third above that or so. So he's 1/3 of that on top of that shit. Oh no, he's like 50% more than Luffy. He's like 50% more than Luffy, or so, like 60% or so. So okay, first of all, thank God we have a bounty higher than Luffy's now. Great, I'm very glad to see that. Now Luffy is no longer top dog. That makes me happy. Because Luffy does not deserve to be number one.
We still don't know Kaido's and Big Mom's bounties, though.
Yes, it is interesting to note. So this is a Yonko's actual bounty that we've just learned for the first time in the series. And it's basically 2.2 2.25 billion is the bounty amount. And so that it's interesting to know. Okay, so now that we know that, we know like what a Yonko is basically worth to the world government, and we can like think about like where Luffy sits relative to that and stuff. Just in terms of, and again, it doesn't imply power level or anything like that, but it does imply importance. And Luffy's is probably inflated somewhat because of the way that it was reported, what happened in Whole Cake Island. So, and Blackbeard's might actually be a bit low for a Yonko. First of all, because he's a newcomer to the scene. Only 2 years ago did he even get that bounty and, like, become a Yonko. Or rather, it was over this 2-year period that he became a Yonko and all that stuff. Though he's a pirate who was with Whitebeard for a long time, as we recall, so he's an experienced dude. But he only came out on the scene, like, 2 years ago at the war where he took the, devil fruit and all that. But I wonder what Big Mom's, Kaido's, Shanks, and Whitebeard's would have been when they were, all at their peak. I'm very curious.
Well, it's interesting because like he may be a newcomer, but he's gathered up like a whole bunch of criminals from the very lowest point of Impel down, and he stole Whitebeard's devil fruit, and he's clearly been going around smashing stuff up. So like, he's definitely not like underestimated. I don't think people are giving him a lower bounty than. I mean, it may be like lower, but like it wouldn't be low for a Yonko. I don't think.
Considering what Big Mom did, even as a youngin, though. I mean, she had like a 500 million berry bounty at like age like 6 or something, or I don't know, maybe it was like age 8 or 10 or something. So I'm just saying it's probably true. That I would bet that he has the lowest bounty of the Yonko, but I don't know that for sure. Maybe I'm off base with that. And Katakuri's was basically
Shanks
1
has
billion.
like 99 billion.
maybe. I would have guessed that Whitebeard was the top before he died, but
yeah, probably.
Okay, well that sums that up. Let's move on. So interesting things happen.
It's not even the end of the chapter. This is the end of the intermission, and we're back in Wano country with Act 2. With the opening of the curtains.
Happy that Oda got, like, last chapter it ended, boom, not even end of the chapter, we're back in it, wasting no time. I love that. That. We're already right back to it. So here we go. Open the curtain, and our little fox lady's like, ha! And here we go.
Implication that a little bit of time has passed, not a lot.
Yep.
And Inuarashi is fighting big boy,
Asura,
the samurai
Asura
man,
mm-hmm.
Ashura Kapoja, and they're grinding their swords together.
Mm-hmm.
They're sword fighting.
They're clearly dueling. I guess the idea is they're dueling so that he'll join their squad. I think that's what I'm. That seems to be what's going on here. I don't know exactly why they chose to fight.
Well, it would just be like a samurai thing to do. Like, if you win, I'll do whatever you say.
I'll do whatever you want me to do. Anything's on the table. That's gay. So that's happening. And looks like it's come to a close. They're going to stop dueling. They're evenly matched. And then, and here we are back in Amigasa Village. We've got, what's-her-face, Otama, healed, and fucking Chopper's like, good thing it was a shallow wound. I'm glad that wasn't a serious fucking attack from literal Yonko Kaido. That's good. Jesus Christ. All right, whatever, it's fine.
I don't care.
He probably just didn't try that hard and was like, whatever, just like knocked her over or something.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
Okay, whatever.
Well, she is a girl. I mean, a little girl. As in,
she's a little girl, that's true.
Frail, and would, like a dragon probably, like, bumped her with his claw accidentally or would have injured her.
That's true. Oh, shit. And we've got, look, is that the deer nurse on the left there?
Yeah.
We see Chopper. Oh, my God, his waifu. Wait, where are her antlers, if that's her? Oh, wait, deer, not a reindeer. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's not the reindeer one.
Goat boy,
Goat doctor,
and big sheep man, I think.
Oh, yeah,
all from the mink tribe. I forget, Chopper was with everyone else, right?
He was, yeah, on top of the mountain. They've split up, clearly.
Chopper went, and I guess he found the minks.
Yep,
because I don't know who else is with him. Mm-hmm, so that's good. Mm-hmm. Chopper's with his people.
Progress has been made.
We got Tengu over here with his sniffing nose. and everything's just chill. They're just like sitting around being like, yeah, that was good.
They're not even worried about Luffy at all here. They're like, he'll be fine, whatever. Raizo's gonna go break him out. It's all good. So that's nice.
Otama's a little upset. about Luffy.
Because you don't know.
Chopper's all, it's like, it's Luffy, he'll be fine.
And he's right. So whatever. Asura, he's just leaving. Ashura, whatever. He's leaving. He's like, you didn't beat me. I'm just going to leave. I swore an oath to Odin, not to the Kozuki family. So I'm going to peace, boy. So he has not been successfully recruited at this time. So, okay, fair enough. There's still some work to do on that front. So he's leaving.
What is this Mount Atamayama Manataba?
I don't know the significance of this mountain, though it looks noteworthy. There's a tree
a very
there.
big black tree. It's cool.
It's cool. It's just a dramatic dueling hill, I guess. But that's fair enough. I like the tree.
Yeah, so I keep forgetting his name, Ashura. Yes. Ashura says, "Fuck you guys. You may be related to Lord Odin, but you abandoned this country for 20 years. You left a blank. It's a strange way of putting it. The blank that you left behind will never be filled."
Yeah, I don't know why I phrased it that way, but fair enough.
But yeah, it's just like, why
so
would I
he's not
trust
convinced.
you?
He
just needs to be reminded of the magic of friendship, and then he'll realize that it's a good idea to be the good guy.
That's true.
So that's what they're going to be doing, and that's them.
And we got 2 other legendary samurai to still find people, so there's lots to do. You got to recruit Ashura and the other 2, which I'm sure they'll be addressed at least. One of them, I bet, is in the cage in the jail. And so here we go. We're on Onigashima. We're at Kaido's hideout here, and Jack's getting a little chewed out. He's getting chewed out again. Poor Jack. He can't get a break.
Yeah, it seems...
It's really part of his character
deliberate.
now.
Yeah, it seems deliberate at this point to be like,
does.
Everyone shits on Jack because and it's we got King the Wildfire and Queen the Plague, and then
Yas
Jack.
Queen. Finally, Yas Queen is here. I think it's a man. It looks like a man to me.
Yeah. He's got a mustache.
Pretty effeminate name, though. I'm just saying. Got lipstick, though. Wearing lipstick. Well, all right, fair enough.
Yeah,
Queen
so
the
like
Plague.
Jack
Queen
is
the Plague. Interesting.
Jack is King Queen Jack. He's the bronze guy. He's the third worst.
Jack, yeah.
Third
I wonder
best.
what Ace is going to be. That's going to be interesting.
Oh, that's funny.
Rest in peace. No.
Who's number 10?
I mean, there's a king, there's a queen, there's a Jack. There's got to be an Ace, right? Is Jack the Ace, do you think? I mean, not Jack. Is Kaido the Ace, do you think? Maybe he, is that role?
Ace is low, though. Ace is low.
He's actually the lowest rank in his crew.
Yeah, Ace is like Kaido's name for the swabber, the cabin boy.
Maybe these guys pursued Ace heavily to get him to join the crew because, dude, it would totally fit our aesthetic. It would be totally sick if you joined our crew and we're a fire guy. Even though we've got another fire guy, you can be the better one. But it didn't work out. Now did it?
Yeah, and that's why he wanted to kill Whitebeard.
That makes sense. So yeah, we got. It looks like so we see the Wildfire here. I mean, he looks cool. Looks like a cool SS officer with big old wings. I wonder if he's from Skypiea or something.
They both look extremely gay.
I mean, that's one looks like a bondage
BDSM...
freak. The other looks like a bondage freak. I guess.
They do mention torture-loving perverted bastards. So yeah.
Yes, that is weird. So these guys are definitely degenerates. There's no doubt about it. Wildfire King is notably on fire, it seems, so maybe as a fire devil fruit. That sounds interesting. I hope to find out more about that. And Queen, I mean, there's nothing noticeable about plaguiness other than smoking a big old blunt cigar, I guess. Looks like he's tinkering with some machines, so maybe be a machine technology kind of guy. I'm hoping to see good fights with all these characters, though. They look cool. They look intimidating, so we'll see. Hope Jack gets redeemed with a decent fight. Jack's now that he's revealed to be a cuck, Jack's bowl cut is just I wonder if he lost a bet to these guys and has to have that shitty haircut. I don't know.
Is that I thought that was his hair was pulled back.
It's a top knot kind of thing. I'm just saying it looks like a bowl cut, and he is an embarrassment. Yeah. So, just saying. Anyway, they're arguing, whatever. I mean, that's really it. So we're introduced. This is the end of the chapter. There's nothing else. They're just arguing, these guys. I'm glad we got to meet them. I'm excited to hear what's going on with their ace, if that exists, or a 10 or a 9 or whatever. I want to know all that shit.
Personally, I was more interested in the intermission part of the chapter. But
me too. Me too. But you know what? This is only one page, and we get to meet 2 cool-looking characters, so I'm down.
Yeah.
They look nice. But that's it.
Yeah.
That's the end of the chapter.
It was a good fucking chapter.
It was.
I'm glad that this act thing is allowing for new ways to tell the story of Reverie.
Yeah.
And like other things that are gonna come. Because like, I feel like this is building specifically this like in between acts of Wano is gonna build to like something happening at Wano, like maybe Blackbeard appearing with Moria, and then Big Mom arrives, and then Kaido's there, and then all of them are there, and then Shanks is just like, oh, what's going on, guys? I was here the whole time because I was at Reverie, and I'm coming to tell you what happened at Reverie, and then they're all fucking there, all of them. All 5.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but
I don't think it's gonna happen. But it would be very Oda to like raise the because usually there's like a ramp up of like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened so early, because like there's so many other things that could happen in between that and like all the Yonko appearing together. It's like
sure
like you think, oh, this is going to be the Kaido arc, but no. All of them are here, and that would be like the sort of thing Oda would do, even if it's not going to result in, like, you know, I mean, it would result in something spectacular if it did happen.
Oh,
and I don't
suppose
expect it to happen, but I just like the idea of it being like a double page spread with all of them there, and it'd be like, all right, so who's gonna throw the first punch here?
That does sound cool, and I would love to see a shot like that eventually, but I want this arc to be satisfying like the Kaido arc. So I personally hope that there's honestly not very much of anyone besides Kaido and his crew.
Well, I definitely hope that the Wano arc has like the Act 2. Yeah, and its focus is on Kaido and all. You
know what I want though?
And then the Act 3 is like the culmination of the Kaido stuff, and then at the end of Wano, technically,
what I want,
they all come.
I want stuff like the Kuma bit at the end of Thriller Bark. That's what I want. That would be perfect. That's the way to do it, in my humble opinion.
That's what I was talking about with a way of Oda ramping up expectations.
God, that Oda moment, or that not Oda, it wasn't Oda moment, but that Kuma moment at the end of Thriller Bark was so legendary. One of the best moments in the entire series.
It was just like, you kill a Shichibukai, not a Shichibukai. What am I talking about?
Yeah, a Shichibukai. He was Moria was a Shichibukai. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You kill a Shichibukai crocodile at the end of an arc.
Oh yeah.
And that's an arc. So for each arc, in your head you're like, okay, there's a pattern. There's a new Shichibukai in this arc, and then. Oh no, another Shichibukai right at the end of the arc. There's more Shichibukai. Like
that's the kind of shit that the people who don't read One Piece criticize One Piece for doing. They it's all the same, guys, but no, it's the subtle differences that reward you as an invested viewer, in my humble opinion, that makes it such an entertaining and quite a thrill ride to read. Oh, it's good. There will never be anything like it again, in my humble opinion. I think media's changing. I think the world is changing and has less patience for this kind of week-to-week series like One Piece. People just want everything now. I don't know. Yeah. I wonder how long this medium will even last with the new world.
I feel like it can last. I think it's just that it needs to grip the intention of the younger generations. Like we got into One Piece because it was fucking sick and we were kids. Mm-hmm. And we read it, and it was just, we hadn't experienced a shonen before. It was like an amazing adventure, and the fact that it has continued to grip us into adulthood is like testament to how powerful it can be. But like, if you tell an adult to read One Piece, they will have a hard time giving it a shot because there's so many other things in their lives. But for kids is important for them. Yeah. It's important for them to have things like One Piece.
I agree. I guess it's kind of generational. Like, even if One Piece wasn't around, like, there'd be some other show that happens to be, like, the one that's, like, I guess for a lot of people right now, it's like My Hero Academia is, like, the big one that everybody's cares about and stuff. So everybody talks about that. Yeah, that's fine. It's not a bad series, but it's no One Piece, I guess. That's all I'm saying. It's no One Piece. Well, we'll see you next week, people, for another One Piece of this fucking manga.
But before we go,
I remember it.
Okay.
We gotta, we gotta go to the patreon.com/thepodcastpirates, people, to join the Discord and get a fucking cool color on your name. And you can also join the Discord for free, clicking down below. But you want to be a cool guy and pay us money to keep talking about crazy kooky pirates the way that we do so well. Better than anybody. Yes.
That is
Remember
a call
that.
out for everyone who does One Piece content. We are the best.
Literally fight us, IRL.
Decimated.
I'm ready to fight Tekking. I'm ready to fight King of Lightning. 1v1 me IRL. Actually, 2v1 me with my hippo backing me up.
Yeah.
Actually doing all the fighting while I stand in the background. That's what I want.
I get my sword.
Get that sword in there, dude. Just get it in there. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week, probably. It says there doesn't say there won't be, so I assume there will. And we'll see you then, team. Join us soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.